And we're back.
Welcome to the Cavalry, boys and girls. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing great, Johnny. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just great. Just great. It's good to be here.
Great to be here. Great to be back in America. You know what I mean? I was in
I do. I
Canada.
just got, yeah. You were in
You were-
Canada. I was in Colorado. We both were overseas.
What was in wait, where were you in Colorado?
Boulder.
Oh, Boulder. How is Boulder? I've never been to Boulder. How is Boulder? It's like a college town, right?
It's great. Yeah, my aunt lives there. It's a big college town. It's great. It's fun.
My aunt lives there.
How was Canada?
How is Boulder? My aunt lives there. Oh, I should move to
Well,
Boulder.
I've been there a bunch of times.
Oh, okay.
We stopped there on our way out to California, on our way home, stayed with my aunt.
I Canada was good. We took a ferry into Canada, and I was kind of thinking like it doesn't matter how many times you do it. I'm always stressed out about customs when you're
Yep.
doing comedy specifically, because if they start asking questions about like I'm gonna level with everybody. I do not know if I'm legally allowed to go do stand up for money in Canada or not. No one has ever explained
Why
it
would
to
you
me
not be able to?
because I don't have a green card. I mean, like I can't work in another country.
Yeah, but nobody can. I can't, and I did. I mean, I
That's what
did.
I'm
I don't
saying.
have
Is
one.
that because it's like who cares, or is that the actual letter of the law? Like nobody knows. That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
I don't know, but the
Like if
club owner gave me a letter and was like, print this out. If they give you a hard time, you might have to show this letter saying I'm here working in the comedy club. That's why I'm here. I told them, but they didn't ask for any proof. I said I'm working here, and they said, okay.
wait, the club owner gave you a letter?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's never. No one's ever given me that letter. I would love to have that letter. I've never even
Well,
gotten
I'll
that
give you my letter. You
reassurance.
want my letter?
I
You
want
just
your
change the
letter.
name.
Give me that letter.
All right.
So
You
like
sound like Seinfeld. You want the letter? I'll give you the letter.
I'll
Give me the
give me the
letter.
letter. Give me the letter. I want a letter. I don't want to go to Canada. Uh no, but I'm saying like I was thinking though in my head, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to Victoria on a ferry. I'm going from a small town in Washington State to this very, touristy. I mean, what could the customs process, if there's ever anywhere where the customs process is probably like a joke, it would be on
Right.
the car ferry from Port Angeles, Washington to Victoria. And these guys, they were like CSI Miami. I mean, it was like 30 questions, you know, like,
Oh,
oh, okay.
really?
What are you doing? Oh, you're here for a short time. What's up with that? Well, I'm doing I actually said I tried not to say that I was doing comedy because I didn't want to have that. And it's like, oh, well, I said we're going to. It's so stupid, but I was like, we're going to the comedy club, and he was like, that was kind of a long way to go. Oh yeah.
You guys don't have
Well, I'm
that in
actually.
America?
So then because I thought that would have ended the conversation. So I was like, well, I'm actually doing the show. Goes, oh, they must pay you a lot to do that, to come here for one night. And I was like, not really. apparently, apparently you haven't listened to a lot of podcasts about how comedy works. But
Yeah.
then he didn't push it. I mean, then it was like a bunch of other questions about where we were staying and all this stuff. And then the line, I mean, they're people feel no pressure by a long line. They look at a long
Oh,
line and they don't give a shit. They must have to train that into them, because if I were them, I go, oh man, we got like 90 people waiting. Let's just speed everybody through. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
and that's probably a bad business practice for customs agents. But
Do you sell merch when you go? Or did you?
well, I would have, but I forgot. I forgot to bring it.
The
What?
first time I did it, I did that club in Calgary. Did you ever do that? The Comedy Cave?
No, I know what you're talking about, but I've never done it.
and I mean, it was my first time. I didn't really think, I wasn't thinking. I brought a, you know, luggage full of t-shirts. And I just tried to be like, yeah, no, this is, this is my luggage. And they go through it. They, if
Yeah.
you have like a thing. So they go through it and she's looking at them and she's like, what is this? And I was like, oh, it's pro. I give them away. It's like promotional. It's promotional
Yeah.
to get
Smart.
my
Smart.
name out there. And she was just like, no, it's not. We're not. I'm not stupid. Don't do this again because we can, or what. I mean, this was years ago, but she was like, gave me the,
The run
scared
back.
me about it, but then let me go anyway. So I
But
was
see, I
like,
don't
oh,
get
okay.
that. Why are you allowed to go do comedy for money in Canada, but you're not allowed to go sell T-shirts for money in Canada?
I don't know. I don't know.
See what I mean?
This is
It's very opaque.
Well, this is me sounding like an idiot, but maybe it's like you're taking Canadians' money and you're bringing it back to the United States, and you're just giving them a bunch of
But you're doing
t-shirts.
that. But they're like, okay, it's one thing if you're gonna tell jokes and take Canadian money. That's
No,
fine.
but then you're
But
just
nobody
taking the
actually
business and
wants your shitty shirts. We're not gonna let
nobody wants your
you.
shirts.
We're not gonna let you con our great Canadian citizens into buying these stupid shirts.
But you're getting paid if you're just performing. You're getting paid by the club, and it's like, okay, well, the business
The
they're on a
club is
different
a
thing. You're
Canadian,
allowed.
but they are Canadian. The club.
I, I just am picturing someone that knows anything listening to this, thinking these fucking morons.
I know, but you know, but I don't think I'm being stupid here. The club is Canadian, right?
Right. But it's a Canadian business.
Okay, so a Canadian business can pay you, but Canadian individuals can't pay you.
Well, the Canadian business is paying Andrew, and then the Canadian business is making a big profit because they're having Andrew dance on the stage
Oh,
while
right.
Canadian citizens give the Canadian business money. So it's
And
like,
you
yeah,
and
we'll
and,
we'll
and
pay
you
you to
yeah,
stimulate our economy.
you selling your merch only makes Canada poorer.
Right. Right.
Right. Like there that's great. That is the right way to put it. You selling merch makes Johnny Beaner money, but Johnny
Yep.
Beaner going to the comedy club 9 times out of 10 makes the comedy club money.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
You just need to be exploited to be able to work in Canada.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can't do
Yeah.
the exploiting. Yeah, it didn't even occur to me. I actually forgot because I had Ginger and Heidi with me, so it's like obviously it's like a whirlwind. So I didn't even think to bring them, and I was so worried about having documents and everything for everybody, so I didn't even think about the merch. So
When I brought some CDs a couple weeks ago when I was in Montreal, but I decided not to sell because I was like, oh, I don't have chain. I don't know how much to charge Canadian, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of Canadian money. And I think the
yeah,
last time I was there with the shirts, I had, the credit card swipe and the club like helped out with the train. So this
just
time I was
charge
just like,
like
ugh,
$5 more. That's what I would have done.
nah, too late.
Say no,
I
no
think I only had
loony,
like 7 CDs.
no loonies or toonies.
Loonies and Toonies.
A guy, uh, this very nice guy, emailed me through my website. He saw a show on one of the Norwegian ships, and he was big fan, and
Yeah.
wants signed headshots for his dental practice. He wants to put it up in his dental. Do you think it's okay if it's just like paper you'd print at the like a regular? It's a color headshot, but it's like on like regular paper.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That's
they'll put
fine,
it in
right?
a
Heidi was like, you
they'll
can't
put
send
it
him a. It has to be on like that glossy
oh, it has to
film.
be like photographic paper or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in a. He's probably put it in like a little frame thing anyway.
Oh
He's
yeah,
just
I
gonna
don't know.
tack it up on the wall. I don't know.
It's like,
I'm
I
sending it.
think Heidi might have a point, but whatever.
Oh, you think she does have a point? God damn it.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I would probably do what you did anyway. How'd
Because
you
in my
print it
head, I
out?
was
You don't
like,
have a print. Did you go to your neighbor and use his
no,
printer?
I went to the well, Heidi needed something printed out too. And part of me was like, so I actually went to like the FedEx Kinkos. And so I was there.
Oh,
I could have asked him to do it on the glossy thing. But then when I was already, she had something she wanted to print it out. So I already had the thing at the printer, the regular printer. And I was like, I'll just get it.
oh, okay.
I mean, it only cost me like 60 cents. So I could do it again on the better paper. But I have to go there. That's the big. But then in my head, I'm like, I'm already mailing this guy. Like, can't I just email you a? I guess he wants it signed.
Scan of it, like a
Yeah,
scan, and then you print it out yourself.
that's what
I
I was
guess that
thinking.
doesn't count. That's not really signed.
But then I was like, oh man, I'm gonna send this dude some DVD because I was like, I got all these DVDs left that I don't sell anymore because I've just
Yeah.
in good conscience can't. And then I was like, he's getting one of these motherfuckers. I'll tell you that right now. He's getting a DVD. He didn't ask
He's
for
getting a
one, but
breakfast
he's getting
dealer.
one. The Breakfast Stealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did your trick, the breakfast dealer, while I was in Denver.
You did? Which hotel?
Yeah. It wasn't Hilton, or it was the Homewood Suites by Hilton.
Oh, that's a good, yeah, pretty good
That
hot.
was a good one. They had like
Yeah.
eggs, hot sausage. They had the waffle maker.
Oh, yeah. You go to town. And then no one gave you any business, nothing. It was easy, right?
No, how dare they?
Exactly.
You know what I would say? Wait, let me get this straight.
Let me get this straight. You think make me do my whole bit. The where were you that occurred to you to do that? Were you at a hotel that didn't have free breakfast?
No, I was staying at a Verbo with my brother,
Oh, okay.
and we just went to the hotel a mile away. I mean, there was other people staying there, so doesn't matter.
Oh,
It doesn't. It's
oh, that's like
not like I wandered in.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's more aggressive to just do it at a random hotel
Yeah.
location. I've really only done it. I'm trying to think now. The first time I did it was in Medford. I know that because the hotel I was staying at was charging like you got a coupon when you checked in for like a $5 breakfast. And it was making me so mad because I was just looking across the street and I was like, man, if I was staying there, I'd have free breakfast. And then that's how it occurred to me. I was like, well, I could just
Wait a
go over
minute.
there. And the irony of that one is the one I went to, the first one, it was so bad. It was a bad continental breakfast. It was like cereal and muffins. And
uh,
that was it.
oh, cereal. Well, cereal. See, now that's a good one to me. You got your
That's like the
individual milk cartons and
minimum.
cereal.
What
No,
would
the
be a
minimum is like is bread and like no cereal's good.
cereal's the minimum. Cereal is as bad. I mean, that's as low. I've never seen
No,
one without cereal.
bread, bagels, and like a toaster is, and then a bunch of apples.
Apples is like just a hotel staple. Apple, like sometimes they'll just have the bowl of apples when you
Yeah,
check
in the
in.
lobby.
Those mealy, awful apples.
Yeah.
Uh,
When the first time I lived in LA, I basically used the hotel down the street as a public pool. I would just go swimming
oh,
because it was
that's
like a
great.
roof. It was a rooftop pool. It was
Oh,
so great. It was outside. It was like up on top of the hotel, and I would just go swim.
and no one gave you shit about it.
We had family visit, and we would go to the hotel and swim. It was great.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
We did that a few times in LA, but then I always was like, we went to like the Roosevelt pool a couple times, and then there's some other one on Sunset in like West Hollywood, like a really fancy one. But then we would buy a drink or two, and you're like, I mean, I'm paying. You guys should be happy, random people come in
Yeah.
here and buy like an $18 Bud Light to swim at this
Yeah.
pool, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. They probably didn't care. It was worth it for them.
Yeah. So yeah,
Uh,
Canada was good. Port Angeles was good. Um, It's good to be home. It was still like raining and cold and awful all up until this afternoon. It's gonna start being nice finally tomorrow. But so that's it. What
Nice.
about you? You were
It's been
in.
rainy. It's been rainy, terrible weather. Well, not terrible. There's been some nice days, but it's been a lot of rain, a lot more than usual. I don't even know if we've discussed, I don't know if we discussed last week the fact that that tornado
Oh yeah.
hit when we were recording.
So we tried to do we tried to record, and then you got a tornado warning,
Yeah, my
and
phone
you
blasted
looked
that.
at it and you're like, oh shit, a tornado. Okay. And then your family, who you didn't worry about at that time, came
I know. I
downstairs.
made a joke. I was like, "Oh, we might be getting some visitors down here," and then we literally did.
So they took it seriously. They came down. Then you were gonna go back upstairs to record,
To get away from the noise.
and Aaron was like, you never seen Wizard of Oz, you dumb shit. You know what's funny
Yeah.
is when I was in Wichita, I was thinking about tornadoes, because you're like Kansas, of course, you're like tornadoes.
Yeah.
And the weather was beautiful. I was like, oh yeah, so what am I stupid? There's not gonna be tornadoes. Like the next week, they had a horrible tornado. Like they did real damage, like right where I was.
Ooh, when was this? Long time ago?
A few months ago when I did
Oh.
Wichita.
Oh, okay. When you were in Lincoln and
Yeah,
well, okay.
but
All right, all right.
yeah, tornadoes, no joke. So this is your
No joke.
first, but everything you survived. Everybody was fine.
Yeah, I hadn't had to do that. I hadn't had to go in the basement since I was little, in Nebraska growing up. This was the first time, that we ever had to do that. It was kind of fun and exciting because I was like, wow, what's going to happen?
Yeah,
You got to come down here. You got to do the thing. I mean, there was some people did lose. A lot of people lost power. I don't know that anyone. A lot of trees down. There's some trees that had to be taken down. They canceled school the next day. Did I tell you that?
yeah,
They
you
canceled
did.
school the day after the tornado just because there was so much crap all over the
Yeah,
roads,
because
and a lot of people had power outages.
we abruptly ended the podcast, and then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I hope he was okay. And then I didn't think about it again. And then you text me like, don't worry, we're all fine. I was like, oh shit, yeah, whatever happened? It's just
Oh
like
yeah,
one of
that's right.
those because like especially for me, tornado was never like a thing on the West Coast. I never,
Oh, okay.
you know what I mean? Like we don't do
Yeah.
tornadoes. It's not. We have earthquakes, and we have that's kind of
Yeah,
really it.
earthquakes in Portland, Seattle
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, earthquakes are big. In fact, we're due for like the big one off the coast. We're supposed to be like a big one that like does like a big tsunami and like takes out the whole Oregon coast basically.
That's not the big one they're waiting for in California, is it?
I think it's a different big one, but this is
Okay.
we've got our own big one that's supposed to happen like off the in underwater in the Pacific Ocean. And honestly, I think about it every time because it's like we're overdue for it. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
isn't that scary?
it's super scary. And like I think like Portland, like we would not get hit by like the tidal wave, because we're pretty far
Yeah.
inland from there. But
Okay.
then all our bridges would get knocked out. Like so we would be like it'd be like a survival situation for like a week or two. So I have an earthquake kit. I bought one of these times I got panicky enough. I bought like an earthquake survival. It's a big
Online?
red duffel bag. I've never opened it. I have no idea what's in there, but it's supposed to help
Did you
us
order it
survive.
online?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
It's
Look
just
at you. You're gonna be your neighbors are gonna come banging on your door.
no
Hey, I
way,
saw the
no way.
delivery of this survival kit.
I guarantee you, my neighbors are so much more prepared for this earthquake than we are. We're so like they're like it's Dorktown over here. Like some of those neighbors just can't wait. You know what I mean? When
Yeah,
the
they
power
want it.
goes out and then they got like 500 candles and a generator and flashlights and they've been charging all their
They got their headlamp and their neon
yeah, they
elbow
can't wait.
pads.
They're like secretly praying for the power to go out. I got neighbors like
Yeah.
that.
What would you do? Okay, what would you first thing? Fucking the big thing hits. bridge is knocked out, power outage, and you're in your house. You guys are okay, but everyone's panicking. You're listening to the radio, and they're like, it's going to be a couple of weeks. Everybody just hunker down and eat your tuna.
I was thinking about it. Like, I was like, would I, if it like started shaking, would I even wait? Like, once the earthquake was over, I kind of, my
No.
instinct is like, just get everybody in the car and drive east, and just like get as far as you can until you can't go east anymore. You know what I mean?
What
Like,
do
I
you mean
don't
you
know
can't
what,
go till you run out of gas, or what do you mean?
or no, just no, but just like eventually you're gonna get outside the zone of what was affected by it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're on the east side of the city, So I was like,
Okay.
we don't have to worry about the bridges. If they're all the bridges in Portland got knocked out, we wouldn't have to go over a bridge till you get pretty far on the 84. So yeah, trust me, I've thought about it. But I was like, I would just get out of the city, I think. You know?
Wow.
That's like when you watch those zombie movies. But I've told Heidi
Yeah.
this a million times. We're not making it in like any post-apocalyptic scenario.
You're not going to
It,
be Jake Gyllenhaal in The Day After Tomorrow.
no chance. It takes us so long to leave the house. Any my if I ever told Heidi like there's an asteroid, we've got 8 minutes. It's going
And
to
it
hit
is
our
going to hit
house.
your house.
It's going to hit our house and kill us all. We have got to get out of here. But I just woke her up from a dead sleep.
Yeah.
I don't think I could get her to get out of the house in 8 minutes. I really don't. She'd be like, well, I need
Wow.
this, my toothbrush. I'm like, no, 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 you don't understand. Just get in the car. We'll buy all that shit somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think it would happen. And then with Ginger, forget about it. No chance. We should just, I wouldn't even tell him. The asteroid's coming. The zombies are coming,
You
whatever.
just get in the car.
I would just be like, let's make breakfast. Let's pretend like everything's fine. In my head, I'd know we're all going to die in like 7 minutes, but I just let them peacefully
Oh, I thought you meant like you
have
would
one
leave and
last
you
morning.
like explaining to people like, Andrew, you left your kid. No, you guys don't understand. They are so
Oh,
slow. They would never have made it. It doesn't matter.
you think
If I
I
would have
would leave?
tried, I would have died.
You think I would leave without explaining it to them? Like, hey, I'm just going to run out for some cigarettes. What? You don't smoke? Yeah, I thought I'd pick it up. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
And you just yell out.
Yeah, and then having to explain that in my new life. But then like the asteroid doesn't hit, like it hits somewhere else, and you're like, oh, gotta come back and explain it to him.
Yeah. Heidi, but you have to understand, you're so slow.
We wouldn't have made it.
I thought you were gonna drag me down. You understand, right?
No, we weren't built for we just we're not built for the survival scenarios. Like when the power goes out, Heidi's like first thing is like, let's just go to a hotel. Just immediately. Like don't even why even waste? It gets so cold. Let's just go to a
Yeah.
hotel. You just kind
There's
of gotta
something
accept it.
fun about it though. Like when your power's out, there's something kind of like
Yeah.
adventure-y.
If you could
Like,
have
oh, there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. Let's
it's not
if I could have
fun.
what?
It's not fun by the midnight of the day it goes out. You know what I mean?
It depends what you have going on. If like you have a busy
Nah.
schedule,
That first
you
cold
know,
shower, it's not fun anymore.
yeah,
I mean, I
that's
know
not a
people
fun.
like pay money now to have like ice baths or whatever, but I don't know. And then your food starts going bad in the fridge. Once that happens, you're like, this shit sucks.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's multiple days, then the party's over.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the camp, when you feel like you're camping in your own house.
I do want to be, if I like started making a little bit more money, I do want to be one of those guys who could like really excel in a power outage. You know? Like
What does that have to do with having more money?
well, because you'd probably have to have like you'd have to pay to get like a generator or like I was thinking like that truck like the F-150,
You're
the
not,
electric.
generator. So,
Well,
so a person that excels just has a generator, so they're not out of
no,
power.
but more than that, more than that, you'd have like one of those battery walls, you know? You could have
No,
solar
I don't know what a
panels and then
battery
it,
wall is. Oh,
then
outside?
yeah, so you have solar panels and then you charge like this huge battery basically. It's like these Tesla battery walls. So then that can run your house for a couple days. And then, if you had the big electric truck, the Ford Lightning, that can like you could take power from the truck and run it into your house, you know?
Ah,
I want to be like that kind of I want that sort of setup
yeah.
eventually.
You're a
And then
resourceful
that's
guy.
then you would be that guy. Then you're just praying for the power to go out all the time, you know?
Yeah. So you can use your new solar wall.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. You think that's gonna happen in our lifetime? You think there's gonna be what's I'm trying to think of an example of like a movie where it's just chaos. People are going to their neighbors' houses with guns and they're like, "Hey, I gotta look out for my family. I'm sorry. Give me all your shit."
No. I
No,
mean,
okay, good.
yeah, well, in like small scale. Like I guess Katrina was like that, you know? Like Katrina hit and then people were isolated and then like
Yeah.
lawlessness took over. But I don't know. What I really think? We just don't have it in us. We're a
Yeah.
little softer. It's not the wild, wild west anymore, like people are just kind of
But some
used to.
people do. Yeah, you and I, that's true. But some people, like the people that that you're talking about that are just waiting for it to happen.
I know, but even those people, yeah, they got all the gear, but I question if they have the heart, like
Okay.
of what it takes to actually like look into a family's eyes and kill them for their food. I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe everybody has that deep inside once it comes to survival.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? Hopefully we don't get there. Let's vote. Let's vote this
Let me
November,
ask.
folks.
Yeah, vote this number. Let me ask you this: if let's say someone said, "Yeah, there's going to be chaos, and it's going to like civilization is going to crumble,
Right.
and it's going to happen in you know probably when you would be 100 years, like assume we don't make it to 100 years old, okay, but let's say it's going to happen when you would be 100 years old.
Yeah.
So in your head, do you think, oh man, my kids and my kids kids, oh no, or are you kind of like, hey, good luck, that's not my problem. I'm dead.
That is such a great question because I think Dennis Miller had a bit about that. It's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, he was like talking about it was about climate change, really, because that is the
Okay.
disaster that's coming that you're describing. I mean, that is like the possibility that
Yeah,
it could
that's
be
yeah. I
we'd
guess
all
that's why
be
we recycle.
murdering each other for our. But like Dennis Miller's thing was like, yeah, of course, I want a better world for my kids and then my kids' kids. But then after that, fuck them. Like, I don't care, which is a
Yeah,
great
like
question.
the
Like,
ones I
how
never get a
much?
chance to meet, the ones that don't know who I am.
Yeah, no, there's no way you really care. I mean, you could pretend, but you don't really care. I think some older people are probably relieved. Like, they see like how quickly the world's changing and has changed. And they're probably like, thank God I don't have to be around to see, you know, robots taking over and all this shit that's where it's
Yeah,
all heading. But that's a great question. How much do you love your great grandchildren?
yeah.
You
That
can't,
don't exist yet.
but even the ones that do exist. Okay, so my grandma's alive. She's 94 years old, and we went and visited her, and my we brought my daughter to see her, of course.
Yeah,
And her sight's not good and her hearing's not good, and Ginger's obviously like a little nervous around her. It's this person she doesn't see all the time and it's a strange environment, whatever.
yeah,
But then you're like, and she definitely gets a kick out of it, and there's no question, and it's great to visit and all that. But
Yeah.
you're like, how much would you love this kid? You know what I mean? Hey, you can't love it. You can't love her as much as you love me, right? Like I'm your grandson. If there's
Right.
degrees to this, you have to love me more
Right.
than your great grandchild, I would think.
Right. Just like she loves your parents more than
Right.
you.
She should love my mom more than she loves me.
Yeah.
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 I
Each
stand by that.
generation's a little is one level more
You
in the who
care
gives a
about
shit.
less each generation.
Yeah.
Like you love your grandkids, but it's more about the fun of being a grandparents love talking about the fun of it. Oh, it's so fun, and you get to bounce them on your knee or take them to Disneyland, or you get the fun
Yeah.
parts. But you're not in it for like something really shitty happens. You're like, okay, well, you deal with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Good
true,
luck. Yeah.
but I do think
All right.
you.
New hypothetical. I got a new hypothetical.
Okay, please.
All right. Uh let's say it's okay. Who's your bestest friend? That you're
My best
closest.
friend is Jason Ruff. We grew up together.
What's
No,
his
each
last
other.
name?
Ruff.
Okay. Jason Ruff. There is a disaster, like something happens in the world, everybody dies except for you and Jason Ruff.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got the whole world, it's just the two of you to survive. How long before you guys play with each other's wieners?
Forever till we're dead. I've never understood this. I've never understood it. Maybe like it's a sex drive thing. I don't know. But like the idea like guys go to prison, right? They go to prison for not even for
For life.
life. No, no, for
Okay.
like 15 years. Like, well, I'm gonna be here
Oh,
for
okay.
15 years. I better learn how to have sex with dudes. No, just wait it out. Jerk off, don't have, you know what I mean? I've never
Yeah.
understood it. No,
Okay.
yeah. How long for you? You and Jason Russell.
Okay.
Or,
Me and Jason Russell.
yeah. You're the only two people left on earth.
We would be having sex before we were even 100% sure we were the last two.
You would be watching,
Aaron could walk by and
right.
be like,
Aaron would
Johnny, I
walk
was
in
just
on
in the
you.
store. Oh, I thought.
She's like, that virus is just a rumor, guys. What are you doing? They have it under control. There's a vaccine. What?
What? Uh,
Also, why is this your reaction to the end of the world? No,
uh,
I could hold out for the rest of my life if I had to, I think.
yeah. 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 Me too, then. Me too, then. Uh,
God, that would be weird though, huh?
yeah, that would be weird.
Because you can't create new people.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably spend my last days just looking. Me and Jason be like, all right, you go that
Yeah.
way, you go that way. All right, did you check the supermarket? Yeah, it's empty. Let's just keep moving. Let's keep moving
Yeah,
west.
of
There's
course.
gotta be
Yeah.
there's gotta be someone.
Because you would be taught to think like surely we can't be the only two people who what a coincidence that would be if you and Jason Russell just happen to be the two people who survived any sort of nuclear attack. Um yeah. You know what's funny? So let's say it's you and a woman, right?
Okay.
Uh and not Aaron, but just a random person you've never heard of or met before.
Okay. Just a
Do,
stranger.
but you're the only two people left on earth. do you procreate? Do you try to like
Oh, that's a good. You know what?
repopulate, or are you like, oh my god, what's the point? Like, so let's say we made like 3 kids, and they're all gonna have to bang each other. First of all, we need to have like two. We need to have one boy and one girl for sure. And then like I don't even know.
Yeah.
I could have sex with this lady. She's gonna be pregnant. What are her odds of giving birth, no complications? And I gotta make
Yeah,
sure
I don't
she
know how to give.
survives
Yeah.
that. Like then we're gonna all to what? Start like this pathetic little society?
Yeah. It wouldn't last long. Well, yeah, I've told you about my theory is if the world was full of Johnny Beaners,
Right.
if I had to start a bunch of little Johnny Beaner family and that was the entire universe, we'd start
That's the
declining
DNA.
fast.
That's the DNA we're
Yeah.
starting with. No chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this isn't the most inspiring.
Well, we could
But
we
like,
could talk
but I
about.
think I could enjoy it. I think I'd be able to go, look, this is a tragedy, but society had a nice little run there. We became
You're
the
you're saying this to the woman as you're unrolling a condom onto your penis.
and she's like, "Hey, asshole, the only reason why I agreed to sleep with you was to try to save the human race." Yeah, let's see how this goes first. I don't know. It
Let's
just
do a
helps me.
practice.
It helps me last longer. Uh, but I think I would be able to go to myself. I'd say, "Hey, I don't think we need to repopulate the Earth. It's like let some other species have its run. We had a nice, good run where we were the dominant species. We did a lot of
No.
cool stuff. We went to outer space. That's pretty good. We got TV. We got cable. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Cell phones.
Cell phones. We did all
Yeah.
right. Let's somebody else. Some other
Yeah.
animal.
Let's
Have
let
it.
the dogs have a turn.
Let's let the dogs run it for a while. See how they do.
Yeah.
I think I would be fine. And then I'd also go, what a gift. I get like a few more years here. The most whatever beautiful property. You know what I mean? You could go pick any house on the beach.
How long do you think you'd last if it's you and
Oh,
another person of equal intelligence?
oh, like till I'm 100, or like until I
Really?
just die of whatever natural cause.
Well,
Yeah,
you ever think
because
about like gas stations would stop where gas goes bad? I don't know how to keep the gas fresh or make new gas. So you
yeah,
wouldn't
but
be
I
able to
wouldn't
like
need I
travel
wouldn't
all
need gas.
over.
Yeah, after a while, you wouldn't need gas because I would just get to somewhere. I would go to I'd want my little house on the coast somewhere,
Okay.
maybe in
But then the
California.
milk goes bad. I don't know how to make new
Well,
fresh
what do you need
milk.
milk for? Get a cow.
Yeah, you can't. Can you just drink? I don't think it's the same thing. Don't you have to pasteurize it?
No, I think you can
You
drink.
can't just
That's
drink
an
milk out of a
American law.
cow.
You can drink fresh cow's milk, but it's.
Yeah, but it's probably fucking
I
gross. It
probably
probably
would
doesn't
just
taste
stop
like.
drinking. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd probably not be a milk guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
get a
would
bunch
too.
of
I wouldn't have
canned.
a
I'd get
choice.
a bunch of canned food to last
You know.
me until I could figure everything else out, and then I'd like learn to plant shit.
But like, what would you do if like all of a sudden you turn on your faucet and it's like, oh no, the water's all fucking mucky and shit. And you like, where are you
Well,
gonna get water to drink from?
I go to Costco and get like giant jugs of water.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have enough plastic bottled water to I could figure that shit out.
Well, microplastics. Huh? That's the
At
new
least
thing.
that's at least that's already in my balls.
That's right.
About microplastics. Yeah, I think
Did we
I would
talk
do all
about that
right.
last week?
With my family, we'd be dead in 2 minutes.
No.
But me by myself, I'd do all right.
Yeah.
That's me. That's me like I just love that. The zombies coming down the street and me just looking at Ginger and Heidi going,
We're done.
No chance. I'm not even gonna wake
Yeah.
him up.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Oh,
Well,
we've been rambling too
should we
much.
talk about topics?
Let's get into topics. I got a good one.
All right. You got a good one?
Yeah. Well, I'm stealing it from Heidi. I've just thrown her under the bus with all this disaster talk, but I will give her credit for this because she came up with this topic and it's great.
Okay.
So when you
I'm excited.
what's your what's your grocery store?
Uh, Pick and
Most
Save and Hy-Vee.
wait, the pig and peel or what do you call it?
Pick and Save.
Pig and save. What's the pig? Oh, Piggly
Not
Wiggly.
not
That's right.
pig, not pig. Pick. Yeah,
Pick.
not Piggly Wiggly. Pick
I
and
was thinking
Save.
of Piggly Wiggly. Pick and save.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the pick and save or Hy-Vee, do they bag your groceries for you?
Yeah. Yeah. If you do a checkout person,
Yeah.
yes.
So they bag your own groceries. So if you go to like
Yes.
Trader Joe's, I don't know if you remember, there's like some sort of like not pressure, but like expectation that maybe there's only one checker and there's no bagger
So
that
you should help.
you should help. You should just start. Now, if you bring your own bags, it's like an automatic. Like you open it up and then you're putting it in. But even if
Yep.
you're going to use paper bags, there's sort of like a unspoken thing like, hey, I'm doing all this. If you want to get us out of here faster, you could start bagging your own groceries. We went to,
Yeah.
and I get that for Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's is like somehow still cheap despite it being like good. They keep their prices way down compared to everybody else.
Yep.
So I get it. And there's only one checker and they have no self checkout. There's no self checkout. So like
Right.
all their employees are doing the lines.
Yeah.
But we went to Whole Foods today. I'm checking out. And then the lady looks at me and she's like, feel free to grab a bag if you want. And they have,
Oh,
first of all,
bold.
Whole Foods has self checkout. So it's like you're already set up everybody, you know what I mean? Like you're already
Yeah.
having people do it themselves over there. Like
Yeah.
what are you the rest of your employees doing? And then secondly, like it's expensive here. Like this is the fancy
Oh,
we're
I know.
paying you know what I mean? We're paying a lot of money for this stuff. Bag my
Yep.
and my third point is they're better at it. Like every time I
Yep.
bag my own groceries, it's a disaster. It's like the
You put
handles
the eggs on
break.
bottom.
Yeah, there's shit it all falls apart. It's no good. You guys, you're the professionals. You bag it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So what do you need backup on that it should not?
That I shouldn't have to bag my own groceries
Yeah.
at Whole Foods.
Oh, I totally back you up. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't, at Pick and Save, I don't. I mean, they don't make me feel like I should, but I'm just like, I almost feel like, oh, I'd be insulting you if I did it
Right.
myself.
When also they charge for the bags now, so I feel like is that
Oh,
like I'm just
they do that where
grabbing?
you are?
Yeah. Like, am I just
Uh,
grabbing inventory if I'm grabbing bags? Like, you know what I mean? That's like taking
yeah.
their I don't know.
They don't do that in Wisconsin yet. I remember that from California, but we don't get charged for bags.
Oh, they don't. They don't. I'm surprised. So you don't do
Yeah.
you feel pressure to bring your own bags?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of bags. I forget literally
Yes.
100%
Of
of the
course.
time,
Yeah,
and
me
then
too.
Erin gets mad at me when I bring the bags in the house, and she's like, "Johnny, we have bags.
Yeah.
They're next to the car in the garage." Yep.
I'll keep them in the trunk. I keep them in the back of our car.
You still forget you leave them in the
Still don't
car.
use them. Still don't use them. It's
You know what?
impossible.
You know what? And I feel comfortable saying this because I'm odds are she won't. I have taken the groceries out of the bags in the back of the car and put them in the bags to bring into the house so that I just don't have to get yelled at.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Do you do that as a bit? That's great.
No, but that's true. Yeah, I
You
should I
should,
should.
dude, you should talk about that on stage. And I was thinking about it yesterday. I edited the podcast a little late, but I was thinking about the thing about your mom flying to vacations that you were driving to.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta talk about that that is so good. That is
That
so
is so
funny.
funny that I talked about that last week because on vacation today, or not today, but when I was in Denver, my cousin is married and his wife, he drove I think 14 hours with his three daughters and his wife flew.
Oh my god.
And
What?
so we were like, hey, that's what my mom used to do.
Who
He's
are
like,
these
it's just
women?
better for everyone. Oh
Better
man.
for everyone. It's better for one person. I mean, just imagine. I just like what makes me laugh is just imagining, like, let's say, so it was your cousin who did this.
Yeah.
Just imagining your cousin on this flight, ordering like a glass of champagne, kicking back, you know, reading a
Yeah.
book. Just what heaven for them. And then your
Yeah. And
schmuck
then
of
he's
a
got three young girls
in a
in the
van
car.
driving 14 hours? Are you kidding me?
Yes, it's clearly better for her, but it could
Yes.
also be better for him because if your options are eliminate the option of him flying as well, because that's just yes, that obviously is easier.
Yeah.
But if your options are fly with a person, or I mean drive with a person that's miserable on this trip, or just put them on a plane and meet the miserable the person that hates traveling there. It's probably better to just eliminate that person from the equation.
I couldn't do it because I was thinking about this more because first of all, I was like, one, how convenient for you to be miserable and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then
Yeah,
we have to pay $600 to cure your misery, where that $600 could go to like improving the vacation overall.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
that's true.
but I mean, but again, I'm not trying to disparage the person who's getting away with it because it's like good for you. I mean,
Because it works. My dad
it's just
signed off
so
on it.
impressive to me.
Brandon he signed off on it. He was like, "Hey, it's better for all of us." Like, okay, if it
This
works. It
must be
works.
a Midwest thing or something. I've just never heard of
It
it.
is. The funniest part is like, the person that the people that are driving the 14 hours is the ones either taking them to the airport and being like, all right, we'll see you there, or picking them up there. I don't know how they timed it out.
They don't even have to Uber back. They're like, yeah, hey, can you pick me up from the airport? Oh, the balls.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Yeah, I was thinking like if Heidi ever asked that, I'd be like, I think I'd rather just you be miserable too.
Yeah. Or how about you take Ginger and I'll fly and then you pick me up at the airport when you get there?
Maybe there is something perverse though about the dads in these situations where you kind of you want to wear it. Like you said, if Aaron ever
Mhm.
asked for that, you would do it, right? And
Yeah. I mean,
so
I'm taking the kids to Omaha. Well, not Phoebe, but I'm taking Edie and Duncan to Omaha next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend because they're staying there for a week for camp. And that'll be that'll be fun,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So it's not so miserable.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know.
I say that now
But
because
what
they're
I'm saying is
asleep.
like maybe there's some every once in a while I feel that where it's like you want to do the hard chore or you want to do the thing that's like you want to be Jesus on the cross, you know?
Right.
I don't know
Right. Yes.
why. The martyr. You want to be the martyr.
Yep.
And there's something about that.
Yeah.
So I kind of get it from that perspective in a weird way. But
Yeah.
because you think like, okay, I'm going to earn, like, I'm going to do something stupid or horrible later in this marriage.
Yeah, and I
But
want credit.
I
I
want
want
to have
yeah,
paid in, so this balances out later. I'm just assuming I'm gonna
yeah.
screw up. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
So when she catches me in bed with someone, I can be like, babe, babe,
Hey,
babe,
hey, hey,
remember when I
hey,
drove the kids to Omaha?
hey.
I think we're
Honestly,
square.
that is about on equal footing. I feel like that is the favor. That's what we're talking about.
You get a free hall pass for taking the kids across
I think
country.
you should. I think you should. But I also hate
Yeah,
driving. I think you don't mind driving as much as I do. I hate driving.
I think that's accurate.
You know.
Especially since now we have this 2021 car. I mean, this is like the first car I've had that has, Bluetooth for God's sakes.
Yeah, yeah. I've never
It's
had Bluetooth.
nice.
When I rent a
Oh,
car and your phone just all of a sudden is doing is have you ever rented a car and then your phone's just on the screen in front of you, like
yeah.
the whole phone? It's just and then it plays the music and
Yeah, CarPlay.
it's still
Great.
my CarPlay. It's still mind blowing to me. I'm just like oh, this is so easy. I'm not risking my life every time I need
Yep.
directions or want to change a podcast. It's great.
I love
But
it.
yeah, we don't have that. I was like, I guess I could just go get that in my car. I could go to like a car place and be like, can you put this in this car? But
Yeah.
I still
Oh
gotta
my
get
God.
the brakes fixed. Okay, what's your topic? What do you need backup on?
All right. So we're at the wedding and this is for my aunt. That's why I was in Boulder, my aunt's wedding. She's great, great person. Okay. If the world was full of my aunt, we'd have world peace. It's great. However, they did this thing where one of her friends was like, I don't know, hosting the ceremony. And at one point, there's 210 people at this wedding. Okay. A lot of them are my family. Some are his family, and then other people are friends. The hosts are like, oh, we're friends with Mary Beth. We want to do a thing. We know there's a lot of people that don't know here. So we're going to do this. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Okay. Now find the most unfamiliar face. Okay. Now you got to go up to them, introduce yourself. And immediately I was just like, I should have fucking stayed home. This is fucking bullshit. I hate this shit. Immediately mad. I was just looking around for eyes, like of my family members, to just give them eyes, like, are you seeing this fucking shit? I was, I,
Oh,
you know, you
so who
can't
did
do
you
that.
go? Who
You
did you go
cannot
meet?
do that. Just some other guy that's just like, near me that also had a ponytail. We locked eyes. We moved in together. I was like, hey, hey, oh, I guess we're doing this. I'm Johnny. I'm Ants. I'm Mary Beth. So how do either Mary Beth or Brant, whatever. And this is the kicker. So he tells me, his name and then tells me how he's connected. But the whole time he's talking, I'm thinking how mad I am. I'm
Right.
thinking, okay, what am I going to say? Because I think he went first. I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to say? So I had no idea. I had no idea what he said. He
Yeah.
explained it. I'm a terrible listener. And then they go, okay, all right, good. All right. So you guys know each other now. You've made one new friend. Okay. Now, next, I want you to find another couple and join. And okay. So look around, find another couple. And I was like having a panic attack that they were about to be like, all right. So now introduce your new friend
Oh
to
yeah.
this new couple.
You're like,
And I was going to have to be like, what's your name? Who are you? I have no idea. You just told me and I don't know. I was so scared, but it wasn't what it was.
that
So then
wasn't.
there was like, you have to break off, find a new person, and invent a new handshake. You guys have to make up a secret handshake using 3 body parts and a noise. And I was just like, oh my God, kill me. This is ridiculous. It's
Wait, how
awful.
old is your aunt? If you don't mind my asking.
62 is her
What are we
second marriage.
doing? What are we? We're doing
I
this at
know.
a six. I could see this at like a 24-year-old's wedding, but a 62-year-old's wedding?
It's
I
not,
mean,
it's very,
a 62-year-old wedding should be like the best. It should be like good food,
yeah.
drinks, a band, but like no pressure, no stakes. It's not like, You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like. I thought an older person's wedding would probably be like the best. That sounds
Think.
like the worst
I mean,
wedding.
and that was the, I mean, that was the only part of the wedding that was just a nightmare. But it was
The rest of it
so
was good.
bad that it made
Yeah.
it just, it was like it was bad enough that on its own.
Okay,
But yeah, everything else was great.
everybody now, find another couple, start fucking and sucking each other. We're gonna swap. Everybody look
Okay.
around, find the least attractive
Yep.
person
Double.
that you
Make
would
sure you're
never
not related.
normally.
Make sure you're not related.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful. Make sure you don't recognize them.
But it's funny because as soon as it started, I asked people later, like my brother-in-law and stuff. I was asking, like, what was going through your head when that happened? When they said that, and he's like, "Oh, I left. I
You
left."
left,
I think I'm probably, 20% of the room probably just was like, "Oh, I guess I'm going to go
got
take a
up and
shit, or
left.
I'm going to go outside right now because I'm not doing this." But it's like I get, yes, you have great intentions. Oh, I'm bringing all my friends together, like, but you're not being inclusive of the people that have anxiety and hate
Well,
that type of thing.
and also like people meet at weddings, like strangers meet,
Yeah,
become friends, they hook up, people it happens at weddings all the time. Friendship groups
sure.
cross but you have to let that happen natural. That's the whole idea of like dinner, dancing, drinking, a bar, a band. All of that is
Yeah,
to mix all these people up into groups. You don't have to force it like that. It's so
yeah.
inorganic. It makes it so, like you said, you might have met this other dude with a ponytail in any other circumstance and become great friends. You have so much to talk about, like
I
hair
don't know.
care and
I'm
everything.
very weary of other ponytailed men.
What a hypocrite you are.
See, but I know me, and I know, like, oh, okay, well, I'm cool. I'm the
Well, I'm
exception.
cool. In my ponytail, it's like it's its own thing. But any other
Yeah, my
ponytail
ponytail
guy,
doesn't count.
can't trust him.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, no, wait, what am I backing you up on? Just don't do that.
You cannot force that awkward interaction
Yeah,
on
don't
people.
do it. Don't do it.
Don't do
It's
it.
not even great at like third grade camp, you
Right.
know? It's not it's not great at junior high dances. It's not great we don't need it.
Yeah.
Two
It put me in
truths and
a
a
put
lie.
me in a sour mood for quite a while.
Get rid of all that shit, you know? You ever have to do that
Yeah.
two truths and a lie? I hated that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I always forget to include
The
the
lie.
truth
Not the truth.
or the lie. I forget which, but I'm always like, oh, I got so in the zone. Forgot to do the other one.
All right. Well, I'm backing you up.
Yeah.
Congratulations to your aunt though. I'm sure she's happy and it's great to find
Thanks.
love. So good for her.
Yes. Thank you. I'll tell her.
Pass.
Oh, that's
Uh,
another thing.
would you pass that along, please? Would you
I
please?
will.
And you know what? I don't want to wait. Can do it right now.
Oh, sure.
Would you
I'll tell
text
her.
her?
Oh, I left my phone upstairs.
Oh, okay.
What would you let's say you were so I mean it's a beautiful story. She her It's her second marriage. Her husband died a few years ago, and his wife died a few years ago, and they got connected through his daughter, who was really good friends with Beth, and it's just like this perfect love story. But so it's both of their second marriages, and they are in their 60s. As far as a gift, what what's your I mean, what
Did they
broke
have a
broke Johnny Beaner and his wife going to give a check to them?
well, did they have a
What's the
registry?
protocol here? Huh?
Did they do a
I
registry?
don't. It's a good question. I don't know. There was a table with gifts and a box for
And they
envelopes.
had a
You got a
registry.
year. You got a year to do the gift.
I
But I just
assume
figure, oh yeah, what's
yeah, then check to see if they had a registry, I would just go on, you know, the cheapest. If it were me, probably the cheapest thing. I told you I told you that story, right?
I'm not saying I'm not anti-gift. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure out. It just seems odd to
Nah,
write a
I think
check
you
to
go
the
small.
aunt.
Yeah. Give them a mug with the kids on it.
Okay, but what were you gonna say?
I've told you that story. I went Heidi and I, we always talked about we don't get invited to a lot of weddings for whatever reason. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's because our
Okay.
friends just never got married. A lot of them never got married or what, but anyway, so everyone would talk about like, oh, wedding season, and they have like 6 weddings to go to this summer. And we're like, what the fuck? Been to like 3 weddings my whole life.
Yeah.
We're going to one though in June.
Oh.
Jason Ruff is getting married
Oh.
finally.
Okay.
So anyway, the we went to Sean Green and Tess Barker's wedding. Do you remember Sean Green from LA or
No.
Tess Barker? They're comics.
Nope.
They're at the same time. Okay, whatever. Well, really funny. Sean's a great guy, a big sports guy, and now he does like this sports. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we went to their wedding, and we were excited to get to go. We're like, oh, cool. We're finally at one of these like fun LA comedy, weddings,
Yeah.
and so they had a registry, but we were broke. Well, we're broke now, but we were really broke then.
Yeah.
And so I went like cheapest gift thing, and now they had it on the registry. This was not like off registry. So we chose something that they scanned at Target or whatever,
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
got so we got them a candle. It was like a 30 something dollar candle, but we got them a candle.
Okay.
And so we went to the wedding, and then nobody knows at the wedding. It's not embarrassing. And that's
Yeah.
part of what I'm thinking. I'm like, who cares? They're gonna see
Yeah.
eventually. But now looking back, I remember at our wedding, like I didn't know who got us what or what,
Yeah.
it all runs together. They returned the candle. Like I saw in my receipts, and they didn't even get the money for it. The money goes
What do you
back
mean?
on they
On your
returned the
Target
candle,
card?
and then it just went back on my credit card. I swear to God. But there's nothing I could do. I was like, well, do I call them up and be like, what do you guys want? 30 cash? Or I don't know how to handle this. So I just never did anything. But I was like, why would you return a candle? You scanned it at the registry. It's just a candle. Just use it. Or like if you hated the smell of it, then just exchange it at least.
Oh my God, that's really funny. Like, oh, well, they purchased this with their Target card, so we can't give you cash. It'll just go back to them, and they're still like, that's fine.
That's fine. They probably need it. They bought a candle for a wedding gift, so they probably need it more than we do.
That's great. I love it.
So don't get your aunt a candle would be my advice.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
We'll make her something. She's
Make her a
fartsy.
macaroni. Have the kids make her like one of those macaroni
Things.
picture frame.
No, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. People love those.
Oh, they do, and they last forever.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Oof. Well, I think this was a solid app.
Solid app. Good app. Nice home studio. Everybody's in their own. Let's see. Where are we gonna be?
I'll be at the Lincoln Lodge, July 5, 6.
Chicago.
So yeah. Oh, and you know what? June 19th, I'll be in Chicago. Comedians You Should Know show at, I think it's called Timothy O'Toole's Pub or something. Wednesday, the 19th.
Okay. There you go.
A couple of Chicago dates coming up.
Out of Chicago. I'll be here in Portland. How about this? If you got any Portland listeners, Portland, McMinimans Al's Den, June 28th, 29th, downtown. Cool little place. Friday, Saturday. Check that out.
There you go. Nice.
There you go. All right. That's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to
Tuning in. The Cavalry.